Hey everybody, welcome to the Movie Mates podcast for the week of February 10th, 2020. I'll be your host, Anthony DeVitas, alongside my pals Hunter Hayes
Hi, everyone.
and Sean Pott.
Hello, everyone.
And it's been a while, but we're back and we're trying this out again. So to start off, let's go over what we've been doing in past weeks, watching or playing, or
Or reading. Some of us read.
yes,
I didn't read anything.
Hunter doesn't. Hunter, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Currently, right now, I'm trying to finish up the season of Dawn DLC in Destiny, as you may
Nice.
know. It's different. The way that Activision, after they left publishing Destiny, Bungie's really trying to make a name for themselves and really turn it around. It's a lot different than previous DLCs. There's currently an in-game event that they're trying to get everyone to donate a certain amount of currency, and at each level, it just
Wait, you give them your in-game money?
Yeah, like it's called fractaling, and what you do is each week, if you have all the obelisks on each of the planets connected to the main one in the tower, you get a certain amount of donation a week that you can either donate or reinvest. It's kind of
That's
like
pretty cool.
but at each level, they are like hinting more and more at the return of the Trials of Osiris come next season, that you'll be
Nice.
rebuilding the lighthouse on Mercury. So we'll see. It's actually pretty cool. And as far as watching, I'm doing the Clone Wars right now again, getting ready for that new season. Yas. And
When was the last time you watched all that?
oh god, that was probably
Like back when we were in high school, when it came out, or no?
It was back when it was on Netflix, so I think I want to say
Okay.
2017. I didn't really have a way to watch it until later on, and then I was just like, I heard such great things about it, so I'm like, why not? Good show.
Mhm.
What about you,
Good
Sean?
stuff.
Well, I'm planning on watching the Clone Wars, so I'll be with you there soon. Gotta get ready for that new season. I've never seen it, so do I have to watch the movie first?
No, so there's an online guide.
Wait, yeah, you do.
No, there's an online guide. There's the first two episodes that you watch. It's a whole different chronological order than what they have on Disney Plus. I think you watch 2 or 3 episodes, then the movie comes into play, then you go back to the series. It's really weird like that.
Wait, so when the movie came out first,
Yes.
then the show went before the movie
Yes, it did.
when it first started.
Yes, it's all.
Oh,
Some
okay.
of it all takes place on the same planet, but they like start the battle beforehand during the TV show. Then it leads into the movie. Then it goes back to the show.
I
If
see.
I just watch the TV show in the order they have it on Disney Plus, will that be bad?
I mean, it's like if you
I'm
are
sure
a
it'd be
fan of
fine.
chronological stuff and knowing what's happening, it's kind of like if you were to watch episode 8 before 7 in Star Wars, I guess.
But is it like a prequel where they expect you to know what's come before?
They kind of like they have the famous narrator that does like so many cartoon shows and stuff like that. He gives like a little rehash of what's going on. I mean, I would say probably watch it in chronological order for the best experience, but I mean, you can do whatever you want. Like, it may throw you a bit for a loop. You'll be like, oh, you'll revisit this same story 3 seasons later based off of how they have some of the episodes, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, so that's what happened there, but you'll have to think about it for a sec. So I just watch it in chronological order. It'd make more sense.
All right, I'll
Is
figure it
is
out.
the first season a little rough?
A little bit. It's not bad though. You get to really meet Ahsoka and find out what her character is all about. Which, I mean, to this day, it's still interesting that we haven't really gotten, other than the Rise of Skywalker spoilers reference at the end of the movie about her character.
Oh,
But,
and yeah. Okay.
yeah, with her voice appearing.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as you want to think it is, but it's a little bit more rough than the later seasons. A lot of the middle seasons are the best. Once Darth Maul comes into play, this show gets so good.
Right, spoilers.
Does
I
it?
haven't watched it yet.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people know
Yeah, I
that.
know
I guess. Does it get darker?
Some episodes are pretty dark, yes.
What's pretty dark?
Like,
As dark as it can be for a kids cartoon, I guess.
yes.
Compare it to another show or movie that we've seen.
Is there a lot of death in this show?
There's a decent amount of death, more so of just like clone troopers who you randomly have no attachments to.
Okay,
There's
that's
also going to be ones that you will form attachments to that are really awesome characters, like Rex, Cody, Fives, Heavy, and stuff like that. There's some significant clone trooper deaths, but like almost in every single episode, there's going to be random clone troopers just dying from like an explosion or something like that.
Mhm.
maybe I'd say every couple of episodes you will see a more significant character die. I mean, Clone Wars covers so much. It's just the part you're going to appreciate the most is how the Clone Wars, since George Lucas didn't want to do a whole freaking saga of movies on that, because that alone could be easily a whole nother trilogy, that you can basically connect all the dots between the movies and like go, oh, so this is how this character becomes such a badass. Like you learn so much about General Grievous, you learn so much more about Dooku, you get to learn about his apprentice that he has, Asajj Ventress. It's really a good show.
Do you think we'll ever see what's Cal Kestis in the new season of Clone Wars?
No, we will not see him in Clone Wars. I could say that we may see him if they ever do it, the sequel to the Rebels show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I could see that. All right. Anyway, so what I've been playing is Breath of the Wild, which I know both of you have played.
Yep.
Pretty close to the end.
You did the shrines?
I've done 60 shrines, which is half, I think.
Oh my god, yeah.
So
that's
many
right.
shrines.
But I
Jesus.
finished all 4 divine beasts. So
Nice.
in the story, all I have left to do is go fight Ganon.
Did you do those things, the memories, or
Yes, I did all of the memories.
So you can connect the dots.
Yeah.
they have the cutscenes?
One of my
Right.
biggest problems with the game, and I don't know if other people feel this way, but like you see the flashbacks like with the memories and the cutscenes where Link's interacting with Zelda and the other champions, and they all talk a lot.
Yes.
And Link is still silent. And I know he's been silent for
It's like an RPG.
over 20 years.
It's the same thing with like the Red and Pokemon and stuff like that. It's just like I feel like it's Japanese taboo or something for the main character to speak in games sometimes.
Well,
it's
the
really
weird thing
interesting.
is like that used to be okay because they would just like give you a text bubble of like what Zelda said, but now that she's actually like having a cutscene where she's talking to Link about things,
really
and
interesting.
he just stands there and doesn't say anything, I feel like you could take.
Yeah, like I hate it when they're like they're saying something to you and it's supposed to be a moment where the character's supposed to answer and then they'll be like, oh, whatever. Like they'll just forget that like didn't say anything, and I'm like, that's weird in normal conversation,
I feel like that's a way you could elevate the Zelda franchise like to another level of like taking it to something new.
Yeah.
Is giving Link a personality and a voice. I guess.
I wonder when they'll ever do that. Not
Maybe we'll
not
see
the
it.
sequel. I don't think so.
There's always a chance, but who knows?
I mean, I like the game, but I feel like that could make me even more invested in the story because it seems like it's a pretty good story.
Wasn't there even a theory out there that Link is actually mute, that he can't speak?
Well, he can.
Well, if that's true, they should mention that.
Because there is.
So then we know.
They give you like dialogue options when you're talking to people sometimes, but you just never hear what he says.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's like, in the game, I guess, kind of could be like The Witcher or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you go on like side quests or whatever, but Geralt talks.
Yes.
So it's more engaging.
Right.
But other than that, I think it's a pretty great game.
Did you get the shield and sword?
Yes, I have the.
And the tunic? Oh no, that's from completing the shrines.
Yes. Yeah,
no, I got the tunic he wears on the cover. Of the game.
But you can get like the
green one.
Yeah, the one that's in Smash. I
still think my favorite is the one that you have to get from the Amiibos. Unfortunately, the Nintendo 64 Ocarina of Time outfit. You get it from I think one of the.
Wait, really?
Yeah. You just put it on.
I have those and I didn't know that.
It's one that you don't have. It's the Nintendo 64 Special Edition Amiibo or something like that for the Ocarina one.
Is it like Young Link or something?
It's the one where he wears the white pants.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So like you can get that one. That was easily my favorite set. But like in.
Wait, where'd you get that?
I didn't. I really want it. I've seen it online and
Oh.
stuff like that, but I never could get it.
I see.
But yeah, Sean, which is your favorite Divine Beast? Either getting to the Divine Beast or just doing the whole shrine.
I can tell you my least favorite.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Does it have to do with the water temple? Is it the Zora one?
I think it's the desert one.
It is the desert one.
Yeah, the desert
What
one.
was the desert one?
The camel.
Oh my god, that was the worst.
One thing I hated about it is getting there, you ride the like lion seal thing across the sand, and you have to shoot bomb arrows at this camel's feet.
Yeah.
And the thing controls so poorly, and the other lady has like the shield around you that keeps you from getting electrocuted, but she doesn't stay with you at all, and like staying with her is hard.
Yeah.
So it was just, I thought, poorly designed for that part. Maybe the water one was my favorite.
I loved the water one when you'd have to jump up and then you'd go slow mo to try to shoot those
Yeah, that
was
spikes
fun.
with the legs.
Inside of them, yeah, that sounded weird. But once you go and like do the actual temple or whatever you want to call it,
Uh-huh.
they were all about the same. They're all relatively similar with a similar boss at the end of
Yeah.
each of them.
Yeah.
They weren't the most impressive parts.
But
The shrines were better, I feel like.
maybe I'll give it to the water one. Just
I hope in Breath 2 we get like the classic dungeons back.
I've
You
been
know,
hearing that as rumors, but like
that'd be
it's
cool.
completely up in the air. I think that they're gonna go more shrines, but who even knows?
the shrines are fun.
Yeah.
There's some rumors that it's gonna be all underground, and you're gonna like explore an underground like city and
That'd be
shit like that. That'd be cool.
There was a rumor of what the title was going to be, and it wasn't going to be called Breath of the Wild 2, or there was going to be like a subtitle, and it was like Bond of the Triforce or something like that.
I can see that.
Interesting. Do you guys think it's a direct sequel to Twilight Princess
Yeah.
based off of all the
Wait,
theories?
Twilight Princess?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh,
people
I
say.
thought it was gonna be one to
Because of
Breath
the
2.
sword or the spirit's chest, which is obviously Ganon. Like they. I
Oh, it's
watched a
there?
video. Yeah,
Ganon?
in the teaser trailer, but apparently, like everyone's hinting that it could be a Twilight Princess sequel because of that. Because he gets stabbed through the chest by, I want to say Link. Yeah,
Could just be an
What?
Easter egg though,
could
like
be.
a callback to Twilight Princess.
Yeah, is still the
Well,
best.
well, because he's undead,
Mhm.
so it could just be that Twilight Princess Ganondorf or whatever.
Why do they call him
Resurrect.
Calamity Ganon? Is
Because he's
there a reason?
It's his form that he assumes in this game, at least. It's because you've never seen him like as a spirit dragon kind of thing. It's
mhm.
more of a serpent, I think. I don't really. Yeah,
Okay, I saw some big dragons while I was
Yeah, those
playing
are
Fix One.
flying. You can get their scales, I think, if you hit them with arrows.
yes.
No, I just
You need
avoided
that
them.
for
You
something.
need that for a significant amount of upgrades for either your gear if you want to get it to, I think it's 4 stars the highest it goes. Yeah, if you want to do
Oh
that.
yeah,
No, okay.
they're kind
And
of. I mean, they're not. I don't know. I think they're annoying to find because they're not around all the
if
time,
you watch a guide on YouTube, there's literally spots you can stand and you can just put a fire down and you
and you
can
just
just
wait
keep camping.
until they fly by.
This might not surprise you guys, but I have
Not upgraded anything.
no, I've upgraded things.
Okay.
But I have not cooked like once.
That's fair. I didn't really cook the entire game. The only thing I did cook was the durians. If you get those things will set you up the entire game. They restore all your hearts.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So just like every time it resets too, like just sleep and then just wait for it to regrow the fruit. Like all those are all you need. You don't really need anything else in the game except for maybe some like stamina potions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't have any of those either.
Yeah.
I just want to say for the audience that Sean Fott, he played Arkham Knight, and he did not upgrade for a vast majority of that game.
No,
I think it's
won the entire game.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Which still
How?
baffles me because I'm
They
pretty
give
sure
you
he
they
needs
like
stuff to get to the
don't they
next
have
point.
like something on the screen that's like there the entire time that says you can upgrade now, or did you just ignore that?
I just always figured like my thought was I don't know what to upgrade, so I'll do it later. And then I never
You
did
just
it.
kept going.
And then
That's crazy.
like I remember being like my health is so low, and then I found out I
You
could have like doubled it.
That's what it was. There was this
you
parts I
like
couldn't get past.
extreme played through that game pretty
I,
much.
I
You like Dark
turns out
Souled it.
I was pretty good at that game, I guess.
Well, that's why you got the what is it? You did all the Riddler stuff in City, right? Because that
Yeah,
stuff's not easy.
I did.
Those fight challenges.
I platinumed all 3 games.
Yeah.
Those were not too fun. Some of those challenges afterwards, annoying. Anyway, Anthony, what have you been up to?
So I recently just platinumed Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
Good stuff.
and now I'm playing Yakuza 3, on my way to Yakuza 6, which is a long way away, and these games are really long, but I'll get there eventually.
Oh, good luck with that.
And then I've been watching The Outsider on HBO, really good show, Stephen King. And you don't really know that going in, but it's some good stuff. It has Jason Bateman in it, and
Like him.
yeah,
What's
he's
it
great.
about?
It's like about the boogeyman, pretty much. And a lot of it is watching like detectives and stuff like kind of come to terms with there being like an otherworldly entity, on Earth, because the main character's like doesn't believe it at all. He's like, this is, insane, but it's pretty good. And I just watched Shia LaBeouf's movie Honey Boy last night, which is really good.
How was that?
It's about his life.
Oh, you said it was good. Never mind.
About his about his
Negates my question.
about his abusive dad. Yeah, it's really good.
How was Lucas Hedges?
He's great in it. He's not in it like a whole lot. It's only like an hour and 30 minutes. The little kid, I don't know his name, is fantastic in that movie. But yeah, I liked it a lot.
Okay, well,
It's worth a watch. It's on Amazon Prime though.
Anthony,
So
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you planning to go see Parasite?
I'm not gonna go see it, but if it comes around on something, I'll watch it.
it might come to Netflix because
They are doing. Or no, is it
I know
HBO's doing
it's
a
on
TV series
Amazon.
on it?
no some place is doing a TV series of Snowpiercer.
I totally
Yeah.
thought there was also going to be a Parasite
but-
miniseries.
Oh no, there is gonna be a Parasite series.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I saw
Snowpiercer
it too.
was on Netflix for a while.
Yeah, it'll probably be on Netflix.
and
It's
his-
on Amazon, but you have to rent it.
His
Yeah.
other movie, Okja, or whatever
That's on-
Oh, yeah.
that was
Is
on
that like the
Netflix.
Walrus one?
It's a pig. I haven't seen
It
it.
is?
It looks
Yeah.
like a pig manatee.
I was
thing.
planning on watching it at some point, but I haven't
Apparently,
gotten around
it's
to it.
very depressing.
Yeah.
But highly recommend Parasite for anyone listening. Great movie. Saw it with Sean.
And won the
definitely-
Academy Award.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about that later. All right, let's get into some movie TV news.
Or books. Some people read.
Sean
That's not-
loves to read, guys.
God damn. Hunter, Sex Ed is renewed for season 3.
Yes.
I gotta watch that show.
You should watch it. It's really good.
For
Watch that
everyone,
before you.
Just a little tidbit. I binged the entire second season in the same day.
Hunter, you've done that with a lot of shows,
I've
so
done
that
that only like 3 times.
You
Sean.
did-
I
you-
did Daredevil
okay.
season 2.
You did it
I
with like
did-
Iron Fist season 1 or 2.
no, it was
I
only-
don't think I did Iron Fist.
You did
because
Iron
that
Fist
was
season
pretty
2.
hard to get through.
You
Sometimes.
texted me and said that was a rough 10 hours, and I said, didn't you start yesterday? He goes, I did it all in one day just because I wanted to finish.
This was Iron Fist.
Iron Fist season 2.
You probably were just like,
Okay,
I want to
season
finish
2,
it. This is so
yes.
bad.
Yeah, pretty much. And then no, but Daredevil I couldn't put away, and same with Sex Ed.
You also watched The Defenders in the span of like a few hours.
What a disappointment.
Well, it had to
that
be
was.
8 at
Yeah,
least.
well, Hunter watched 6 episodes when they came out at midnight, took a short nap, as he calls it, and then finished.
Anyway, that's coming out. Probably, I'm sure, like next January or something. But yeah, Sean, watch that show.
I will.
Knives Out's getting a sequel coming in 2022.
Spoons in.
Spoons. That'd be great. Forks sideways.
No, I actually saw that on Twitter. Ryan Johnson tweeted, "What should the sequel to Knives Out be
Oh,
called?"
was the top comment spoons in?
Yeah, or
That's
I saw
funny.
a couple people would respond to Spoons in.
That's pretty good.
Now, I heard it's going to be an entirely new cast, but does that mean that
Daniel Craig's staying. I
Daniel
think.
Craig will be
Daniel
back.
Craig-
He's gonna be like the
best.
yeah, he's the detective who's just probably gonna be in all of them if there's more than.
Well, I want what's his name back though.
I thought Chris Evans back too.
Chris
but
Evans
no.
was good, but he's in jail.
Yes, he
Poor
was.
Chris.
Did he go to jail in the movie? Oh yeah, he did.
I
Yeah,
don't know. But what's her name? Is it gonna bother me?
yeah.
Oh.
Hereditary lady.
No.
Oh,
she's the main character of the movie.
Gotcha.
She's in Blade Runner 2049.
Oh,
She's
oh
in
my
War
god.
Dogs. What's her name? I'm so sorry if you're
I
listening. I
don't-
really like you.
I don't remember.
Ana de Armas.
Yes.
Yes.
I knew it was
Yes.
something day.
Something day. That movie was really good.
That movie is
I
really
liked it a lot.
Which one?
Did-
We named like 3 of them.
Oh, Knives Out.
Yeah,
if
Knives
you're
Out.
listening, Ryan Johnson, stick to these movies. Never touch Star Wars.
Savage.
You can touch Star Wars again, but just do your own thing.
Dude, I had okay, just offhand thing. I had like a dream / nightmare the other night that he was like moving ahead with a Star Wars movie, and I remember in my dream, Hunter, I told you, and you literally fell over and just like laid flat on the ground.
No, that's
That sounds about right.
And I was like, Hunter, are
Perfect
you
reaction.
okay? And you're like, no, I'm not. And I was like, that could actually happen.
That'd be kind of like Spider-Man.
Which could
I
still
don't want to talk
happen.
about that. Let's see what else. So Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is being rewritten by the guy who's writing the Loki series, and Sam Raimi is in talks to direct.
I
that
think that could work. I mean, Sam
movie.
Raimi and Scott Derrickson are friends, apparently.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
really depends for me for Sam Raimi. As a kid, I loved the first two Spider-Man movies, but the third one was just, I don't know if it was Sony's call or his call. Way too much shit happening all in that
I mean,
movie.
apparently he didn't want to incorporate Venom in the movie, but I also don't think Venom is the biggest problem with that movie. Like, I think a lot of the drama stuff between Peter and Mary Jane is also problems in his weird dancing. Like, I don't know how much of that was studio involvement, but
Well, just think about it right now. What would you have thought of it if Venom was completely cut out, the whole Venom plot line, and it was just Spider-Man, Sandman, and Hobgoblin?
well, does he have the black suit? Because that
Wait,
actually-
Hobgoblin was in 3.
oh,
Yeah,
it's
that was James Franco,
they
right?
call him New Goblin.
Oh
He
my
never
I
even
thought it was supposed to be
he
Hobgoblin.
never gets a name. He's just called New
Okay.
Goblin.
Oh, that's right, because his dad was Goblin.
Yeah.
We're just gonna refer to him as James Franco.
I always forget that happened in that movie. Like,
Yeah.
I always forget.
Because he's not in it very much.
I know. And I remember he was in it, but I didn't remember what happened to him. Don't they get in a fight in his, like, room or something?
Yes.
In what's his character's name?
Harry?
Oh, Harry Osborn. That's right.
Come on, man.
Okay,
It's been a minute.
I watch those movies and then I forget. You know.
Watched on Netflix and paused it the entire movie,
Even the emo dancing?
No, it was when he was in the bank.
No, it was when
No, in the police station. Police station, yeah.
Like, you can do better.
In the third one?
Yes. We paused it because
We watched that recently. I don't remember
Hunter
that.
had to go to the bathroom or something, and then
Again, Hunter on blast tonight.
Also, I forgot that Doctor Strange comes out in May next year.
yeah, they're
So
starting.
really
filming.
only like a year from
They're
now.
starting filming pretty
Kind
soon.
of scary for me.
I feel like they
Because they're rewriting it. I don't know.
they could push it back to like at least July or something because there's no.
What if doesn't Spider-Man have to be in July next year?
That's true. I forgot Spider-Man.
Honestly, this was the movie I was looking forward to the most when I heard that Scott Derrickson was returning.
I'm still hyped for it.
But I don't know. Like, it seems like there's a lot of problems with this movie right now, and the fact that they just dismissed him. I mean, what could Ant-Man have been if they didn't have so many issues with, what was it, Peyton Reed?
That's true, but Ant-Man turned out okay.
It did, but like it was probably one of the underperformers of the entire MCU. That's why
I just think that's because I actually don't understand that because you have Paul Rudd who everyone loves.
Yeah.
I think it's just because he's called Ant-Man.
I mean, his powers aren't as exciting as like someone like Captain Marvel.
That's true, but
or
it's so like inventive though. Instead of watching him like beat the crap out of guys all the time, like I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like if I told you there's a superhero who can like shrink and get big, and then there's a superhero who can control lightning, I'd be like, and has super strength. I'd be like, who sounds cooler? You'd be like, well, Thor. But
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Yeah.
so I think maybe a casual fan doesn't go see Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Wow, this
I
just
don't know.
in. Marvel's Avengers Special Edition includes early access costumes and more. Its $200 Earth's Mightiest Edition comes with a Hulk bobblehead and an adorable Mjolnir.
Oh, I
keychain.
saw that. Yeah.
No,
Like the hammer?
Yeah.
Dude,
But I don't know if
$200?
What if it's the one that I got Sean for Christmas?
I
Which
still
was like
have that.
$20, I think. I can't even remember, but
I'm sure it's not the same. What was the? Oh, I think there's a like $80 or $70 one version that I think gives you access to I don't know some kind of all the DLC.
Fingers crossed that game does not suck because
They showed a trailer today. Another
I did,
one.
I watched
Oh, you
that.
watched that? Yeah.
I didn't. But you know what?
Well, it's not.
They're
I
probably
mean, it's
gonna
like it's like I don't know, like 50 seconds or something.
But just think of this is I think the fourth delay the game has suffered, and then we just didn't hear about anything from it. For
Wait, did it get delayed again?
No, it got delayed once, Hunter. We just didn't hear about it for 2
I
years.
thought it got delayed twice. It got moved from where it was. It was supposed to be 2019. Then it got moved to.
No, we just didn't. We
May,
just didn't
then
hear
got
about it a
moved to
lot.
September.
No, they just did the first trailer in like 2016.
And then 2 years just said nothing.
We're fingers crossed that doesn't suck. That's all I can say.
Same thing with Doctor Strange.
Yes,
I think they'll pull something off though.
because that movie I think is literally going to be like the pinnacle of everything moving
And
forward.
Wanda's gonna be in it.
Yes.
Apparently Loki and what's the Scarlet Witch one called? WandaVision?
WandaVision, Long Division.
They both like have an impact on Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Which is I think a reason why they picked the Loki writer for that. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Just to
Yeah.
connect it.
And I mean, they moved up WandaVision to this year instead of next year.
Yeah.
So
Or
That's
just
good
they
because there's
realize how
not-
many
there's not a
original
lot.
series that they don't have on Disney
Yeah.
Plus right now.
Now we have a good amount, kind of.
well, we're getting a good amount.
It just gets better. It's always gonna be slow in the beginning, you know.
Apparently, I heard that it's called WandaVision because she actually takes Vision's name as her last name.
Well, she answers the phone
Right.
in the little trailer and says Vision Residence.
Yes.
So
So,
Vision's Vision?
or he's
it's like the Super Mario movie when he's
He's
Mario.
Mario?
Yeah.
And Luigi Mario.
That's not a good movie.
No, it's not.
hopefully this.
But everyone should
Illumination-
definitely watch that one time in their life, though,
They should.
just to see, because it's weird. The
Huh?
Koopas are turtles, or no, it's the Koopa. No, the Goombas are like bald-headed
No, they're like dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Hunter, you seen that movie, right?
Yes, most of it. I wouldn't say I've seen all of
That's
it.
gross.
It's pretty hard to get through.
Okay. Well, anyway, moving on.
And the last thing on movie news, Birds of Prey's title changed to
Yeah,
Harley
I kinda
Quinn,
had
Birds
a
of Prey.
feeling that was going to happen. I mean, no one wants to recite. Have you seen Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous?
Emancipation of
One Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's
It
ridiculous.
took 3 of us to say that title.
They should just Well, we can talk about that later, but I think they should just made a Harley Quinn movie
Yeah.
if that's what they wanted to do, because obviously that's what they wanted to do.
Well, they also wanted to do Birds of Prey, and also spoilers completely ruin a pretty great Batman villain by the end of the movie.
Well, we're gonna spoiler it
Yeah,
when we talk about
we'll
it. So
spoil it later. So,
telling you that now, so if you want to avoid it. And on to game news. I have 2 things for game news today. One, I'm gonna have you guys guess these. All right.
okay.
So Ubisoft has confirmed that 5 big games are coming out before March 2021. Hunter, do you want to guess what these 5 are?
I mean, it's not.
We
gonna be
know
that
about-
hard. There's going to be another Far Cry. There's going to be
You're right.
another Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
There will be another Just Dance.
No, that's not one of them.
Really?
Yes. Well, I mean that might come out, but that's not what's listed here.
Can I guess?
I'm going to say
Yeah.
Splinter Cell game.
All right,
No.
Well, Hunter guessed the only 2 Ubisoft franchises I know.
So they named 3, and then someone came out and said they have good intel that the other 2 of the 5 are Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. So you were right. So what are the other 3? They've already been announced, and they're not Splinter Cell.
I
Is
don't know.
it the Crew 3?
Is it Rabbids? Do Rabbids
No.
are they Ubisoft?
Yes,
they
but
are,
no.
but I don't think they'll do anything with them for some time.
They've already been announced.
Really?
And they got delayed.
The
All
Splinter
3 of
Cell
them.
game that has been rumored for like the last 3 years is not like the one that.
Have we? I mean, I've probably seen the trailers for the game, but I don't know what Ubisoft does. too much.
Oh, it's Watch Dogs.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
All right.
There's well, one of them is Gods and Monsters, which is the one I don't know if you remember. Looks like Breath of the Wild. Remember we saw it at E3? Yeah.
Completely forgot the name.
And then there's one more, Hunter, that you said looked good. You've played this game.
Is it a franchise?
Yes. And it's a big game it's one of their biggest games.
What,
and-
is it both systems?
Yeah.
Or not both
Yeah,
systems, but you know what I mean.
It's like a spin-off of a game that our friends play it a lot. Not our friends. One of our friends plays it a lot. Blake plays it a lot. Or
Is
did.
it Borderlands?
That's not it's not Ubisoft.
Oh,
I
Tom
don't know.
Clancy game?
Yes, it is.
Is it The Division?
It's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Rainbow
this.
Six?
It is. But which one, Hunter?
Siege?
No. It's the new one.
Oh, why am I blanking on it right now?
What does it have in it?
Rainbows.
And 6s.
And 6s.
It's Rainbow Six Quarantine, the zombie one.
Oh,
Yeah, the co-op zombie one. So that's all 3. That's all 5 coming.
Well, I learned new things about Ubisoft today.
Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, which we've heard a lot about.
Yep. Is that confirmed that that's the title?
No, it's still not confirmed.
Okay.
But I'm annoyed that it's another Far Cry. If we look over here, I have
every single one probably.
I have-
up to
I have-
3 or from 3 on.
no, I don't have 3. I have 4, 5, Primal, and whatever the other one was called.
All right, I'm
New
just gonna
Dawn?
come out and
New
say
Dawn.
Every single Far Cry since Far Cry 3 has been utter dog shit. Far Cry 3 is
You
the
still gotta
best
finish 5.
thing. Exactly. That's why it's such a struggle to get through it. I hate that game so much.
Well,
It's
I'm
just
just going to say
endless
about
Montana.
Far Cry. I haven't played any of them.
It's fine because they're just
Sean, we know you don't like open world games that much.
you like some.
I play open world
What
games.
about Zelda Breath of the Wild?
What about Witcher 3?
What about
That was forced.
that's
fair.
true. Did you throw that one out the window?
No, that was Bloodborne. Wait, no. Bloodborne was out the window to Chris, I think.
No,
No,
it was out the window to yourself. It's not important.
Out the window to myself.
But you orphaned it on Sean's doorstep.
Yeah, it was when I gave you back Bloodborne after you let me borrow it, you threw it out the window of your car.
Oh, that's right.
Which I was like,
Good times.
I could have just kept it.
Still
and
trying to
thrown
beat
it
that
out.
game. Still can't get past the final boss.
Alright, well, good luck.
Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Hunter, you were at the end.
I know that last boss when he goes ham in his second phase. I can't see it coming. Like my lock on gets so spun around instead of like turning the short way, it goes the long way around, back to him. Like if I turn my back to him,
Oh, I think I see what you're talking about. He's a second phase.
yeah, where he goes like up in the sky and just like dive bombs you.
Oh yeah.
It is
Maybe
the
you.
worst.
I don't know. Maybe you just need to
Get
upgrade
good.
more. Yeah, you need to
I
get good.
know I need to get good.
Um, we also have some new Harry Potter RPG news. More footage got leaked today.
I forgot that game existed, but go ahead.
Yes,
It doesn't exist yet, Sean.
I forgot it was a thought. I
it's a
forgot.
leak.
Oh,
But they have some like information on it. So you're obviously gonna be at Hogwarts, and you're gonna be one of 8 different wizard types. And
What are the 8?
I don't know.
Is it okay?
Wizard
You know
types,
what it
wizard,
probably
I'm
is.
witches,
gonna tell you,
warlock,
boy and girl of each class.
I was gonna say that's what it
yeah,
is.
that's what it is.
Boy
a
and
boy
girl.
wizard.
Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff,
Oh,
Slytherin,
right.
Gryffindor.
Then okay,
Male,
that makes
female.
sense. You're gonna obviously walk around Hogwarts,
Wait,
make
Hunter,
friends.
what house are you?
What house am I
Yeah,
in?
when this game comes out, Hunter, what house are you?
I think I did what was it, the Pottermore test like 4 or 5 years ago, and I think
Were
I
you
actually
Raven?
was a Ravenclaw,
Solid.
surprisingly. But I think I'm gonna have to go Gryffindor. Gryffindor's just the best.
I wonder if they're sorting hat you. I wonder if you can choose what you want to be, or if they'll sorting hat you
That'd be
and make it
interesting.
random. Because you can also, they said that you can choose to be good or evil. So you'll be able to learn
Can
good
I become
magic
a
and
Death
dark.
Eater?
Maybe.
Yes.
Like
Alright.
I think the
I'm gonna
sky's the
become
limit with this.
Voldemort 2.0.
Anthony, what house are you?
He's a
Oh,
Slytherin.
I don't know. I might just do Slytherin just to do it, just to be evil. I mean, everyone would say, "Oh, I want to be Gryffindor," but everyone wants to be Gryffindor.
Thanks.
I might go Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I wonder.
Nobody choose Hufflepuff.
No one will choose Hufflepuff.
No one likes Hufflepuff.
Only,
Literally nobody.
only Cedric Diggory likes Hufflepuff. Oh wait, he's dead. Spoilers.
Oh,
That's the 4th one, right?
Yeah.
Where they look at the maze for an hour. Where
Yeah.
they
Oh,
stare at the
God,
lake for
yeah.
an hour.
So you're gonna like obviously learn new spells and stuff, and it's gonna be a separate story from Harry Potter. I wonder if it'll be like after Harry Potter,
Or
like
is
he's
it
like a
before?
legend.
Could be any time, doesn't really
Could
matter.
be.
Just go to potions class.
I don't know if I have the leaked name here, but it was like something Harry Potter magic. Oh, Magic Awakened.
Harry Potter, I'm out of McGonagalls.
That's a deep cut right there. But I'm excited for that. If that's like around a launch game for PS5, I'm gonna enjoy that a lot.
Well, if it's going to be a launch game, they better give us a trailer. Because
Yeah.
that comes out this year.
That's Warner Bros.
Yes.
But what studio of Warner Brothers?
That's a good question. No one knows.
Really?
Could be Rocksteady.
I highly doubt that. That'd be
Why not?
such a.
Also,
I
speaking
mean,
of Rocksteady, you said I didn't play open world games. Batman.
that's very limited open world.
You can go around.
You can go around.
You can go around 3 blocks of Gotham, and it's stretched out to make it seem like it's a whole. I don't know.
Played Spider-Man.
That's the open world.
I stand corrected.
All right.
Sean likes
You're
open
you're
worlds.
thinking Sean doesn't play Ubisoft open worlds. Also,
Sean also doesn't play first-person shooters. I know that.
he played BioShock.
I played all 3 Bioshocks.
One franchise does not count.
I know.
Also, he did play Assassin's Creed, the Ezio trilogy, which is open world.
Speaking of first-person shooters, Anthony, are we thinking about getting the boys back together for the rumored Battle Royale coming to Modern Warfare this season?
Oh my god! I thought Black Ops 4 had that.
No, apparently it's been completely hinted at, and that's why everyone was wondering why the update for Modern Warfare was 50
so big.
gigabytes.
Yeah, I noticed. It took 108 minutes to download.
Yeah, it took forever for me to download, but it's looking like I think someone actually leaked it on Instagram today that they had an image. It was called Frontlines or something like that, and
So they're just gonna bring it from
yeah,
Black
it's
Ops
just
4?
going to be. Well,
I
it would be a
don't
little
know.
bit different. It doesn't look like it's going to be as nostalgic as the Black Ops 4 one because I think that they basically glued together
Yeah,
like all
maps.
of the
Yeah,
classic
yeah.
Call of Duty maps.
Like Nuketown stuff.
Yeah, and then
I hear this one has Rust. Is this the one that has Rust?
Rust came in the update. Yeah,
Nice.
my friends are playing it. I've yet to go back.
We should try that. I think.
Yeah, I know about Rust. Ruins your guns. Leave them out in the rain. Probably not good for your car.
Okay, let's.
Let's get back on track here.
Sorry.
Okay, on the dock for today, let's talk about Birds of Prey. I want to start off by saying it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
I want to start off by saying this is my favorite movie of 2020 so far.
Sean, you've
Is it
seen
though?
3
Actually, no,
movies?
I've seen like a few more. It's not. It's my favorite DC movie of 2020.
I'm
So
so
far.
happy to hear that.
Until Wonder Woman 84.
You never know.
It could be tanky. Never know.
I
You
mean,
have Fat Mandalorian in it.
all right, what did we like about the movie?
Well, are we doing spoilers or non-spoilers?
We're doing spoilers.
Okay.
All right.
So you've been warned.
Spoilers.
Thank you, Hunter.
This is
We'll
your
have Hunter do that every time.
official spoiler warning. Oh, am I starting?
Yes.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, what I liked about it. That's a good question. But also what I didn't like about it.
The cast is good.
The cast is good for the most part.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like the kid.
I have quite a few things to say about her. I'll get back to that. She wasn't bad though. That's not what
She was okay.
But
I know what you're going with. That's something you told me in the car.
yeah, the cast is pretty good. I like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't think I am as attached to her as I was like the lady who voiced Harley Quinn in like the animated series.
Tara.
It wasn't Tara Reid, was it?
No, it was. I forget her name.
An animated series?
Yes.
Hunter's looking it up.
I forget her name. She's actually in Birds of Prey.
Who voices? When did Tara Reid do it? She did do it.
Who's Tara Reid?
She's
Oh, that's not her name, is it?
Sharknado and Scary Movie.
Wait, is that her name though?
You talking about Tara Strong?
Tara Strong.
I don't know.
Where did
If she ever did
Reid come from? Yeah.
That's the first Tara that popped into my head.
Well, Tara Strong's the voice of like Timmy Turner, and she does Raven in Teen Titans and things like that.
I think
Which
she
animated
was
series are you talking about, Sean?
the original where she showed up.
And I think she does it in the Arkham series too.
Why? It's only giving me the
No, she did.
one.
I don't know.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll figure that out.
But
later.
Margot Robbie does a good job.
Robbie's good.
I think I was never. I don't know. Harley Quinn never impressed me ever, and I just, Margot Robbie does a good job, but like.
Well, I've never been a huge fan of Harley Quinn as a character. I thought she was cool, but I was never like, I love Harley. But I know some people do love Harley, so I understand why they'd make this movie.
And it's cool how she separates from Joker.
Yeah, I think that's cool because mostly we see her like on her own, or not on her own.
And no one wanted to see that Joker.
Mostly we see her with the Joker in all
Tara
forms
Strong. In The Killing Joke and...
Yeah, that's Tara Strong.
No, Tara Strong's Batgirl in The Killing Joke. Harley Quinn's not in The Killing Joke.
Oh, you're right.
I'm going to look it up.
How hard would it be to look up
I just did.
Harley Quinn
the animated series is because the new one in 2019 is so fresh. It's like literally all the results. And I can't remember what the show is called. I watched a couple episodes, but
I liked Huntress a lot, even though she had like 2 lines of dialogue. And her crossbow was very small, for some strange reason.
Well,
I think going back to the cast, Black Canary was probably my favorite character.
Yes, she was cool.
Yes. Hold on, I'm looking this up right now. You guys talk.
Right.
But who was the other? Oh, Renee Montoya. I don't know, like the whole like. I get how they make fun of her being an '80s cop, but I thought she was kind of cringe at some.
Yeah.
Arlene Sorkin or Arlene Sorkin.
Oh, I could have told you that.
What?
What was the other name that I saw?
Yes, she is the voice of Harley Quinn in the animated series.
Okay. Well, it's fine.
And let's see what else she's done.
She wasn't the one in the game.
Video games, she did Arkham Asylum.
Oh. Wait, wasn't Harley in City?
No, I don't think
Yeah, she was.
She's in Night.
She's in Night. I remember
She was in City.
No, she's in City.
Remember the Robin DLC?
No, she's
I
in
didn't
City
have
because
DLCs.
Joker's in City and he's sick at the beginning. I think
Is it?
maybe they changed actors.
Is he sick in the beginning? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just ends up dying.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Arkham.
All right. Well, back to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, whatever you want to call it. Not that ridiculously long title. I want to say overall it was pretty good. I was just really surprised what they did to Ewan McGregor's character, Black
Mask
at the end.
So
He's not the Black Mask. Oh, you didn't play Arkham Origins. Did you play Arkham Origins?
Yeah.
He's not the Black Mask from that game. That's for sure.
Oh, you're comparing it to the game. I thought you meant like no, it's the same. But no, I was just really surprised that they literally blew him up into a million pieces.
That was crazy. I forgot about that.
But
That was intense. And he was ripping people's faces off
yes.
or
Okay,
cutting them
Tara
off.
Strong is in Arkham City
There
as
you go.
Harley Quinn,
That's
and
right.
let me see if she's in Night, and she's in Night as Harley Quinn.
Okay.
So
She was a good one.
yeah,
But
they were both good.
I was really surprised they killed him off. I thought he was absolutely brilliant for the character. Little different take from what
Yeah.
we've seen in the video
I
games.
thought it was a weird take from like the comics and stuff that I've seen with him. Is like he's more of a
He was very random. Like, he was random in every way.
There was only one
He said
character
some
that
random stuff.
really bothered me throughout that entire movie, and it had to have been Zaz. I think Zaz
Really?
was a really interesting take on Zaz. That
He
was
wasn't as insane as I
cringe.
expected him to be.
Yeah.
well.
I also don't think he's dead.
Yeah, he
Did he
could still
die?
be alive.
How'd he die?
Hunter shot him in the neck.
Sounded like you said Hunter shot him in the neck. Huntress?
Yes, Huntress shot him in the neck. Hunter
I
came
mean, I
into
probably
the movie.
would have shot him in the neck.
But with Black Mask, he was also very kind of eccentric,
Yeah,
and he didn't
Yeah,
seem
like
like the
weirdly so.
traditional like mob boss that we see him as in other versions, which is okay to have a different version. But
Take on him, yeah.
it seemed, I mean, Ewan McGregor did a good job, and I feel like he was having a good time doing the role. But
Oh, he definitely was. He
I feel
was
like
chewing that scenery.
they maybe could have made him a little more serious.
Yeah.
why so serious?
Yes.
Speaking of that, now that Jared Leto is completely ousted, I have a feeling if they continue to use Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, down the line we're going to see her get matched up with a Joker. Like, what are they going to do with that? She's going to get back with
Well,
him.
this didn't
No.
do very well, so maybe not.
Well, I think she's still in the Suicide Squad 2 movie.
That's going to be
I think she's still.
interesting, but James Gunn's directing it, so I have faith.
I have faith too.
Honestly, they'll probably just forget about it and move on. Like
This movie
no, like if they bring in another Joker that's not Jared
for
Leto.
Suicide Squad?
No, just like if they do another movie with Harley
I'm telling
Quinn.
you,
Dude,
it's all gonna rely on what happens in that Flash movie. He's gonna do Flashpoint. That's probably what the whole plot is gonna be because they're gonna have to reincorporate a new Batman.
Yeah, they're honestly they're probably just biding their time until they can do this Flashpoint movie.
That's why it's taking so long. Is they're trying to configure everything to get back on track of what they actually want to do.
I can also see them just not even. They do Flashpoint and they just make it worse. They don't even fix anything.
That's very possible. We'll see how this Flash movie is. It's had a lot of directors.
But you can't
quit.
you can't have another Joker come in and then also put Joker in the Batman movies. There's just too many
But
Jokers.
Joker's not going to be in the Batman movie, from what I'm hearing. It's going to
I mean,
be
so far
else that we haven't seen.
in the first one.
Riddler.
Yeah, so far, but I mean, they could do in sequels. We get another
absolutely.
Joker. But
It's
getting back to Birds of Prey, the movie we're talking about.
Yes.
Um,
We get off track easily here.
I feel like it was a very much a like Harley Quinn movie and not a Birds of Prey movie because Huntress doesn't show up till like the very
And
end.
they don't come together as them until the last like 15 minutes of the movie.
Oh, barely. They only become the Birds of Prey till after like when Harley's narrating the end. Justin narrates too much, I think, in this movie.
A little bit. Some of the names for people were funny though.
The order in which the scenes played out kind of confused the living fuck out of me at first. I'm like, what's before, what's after? Until finally you get to the end, and you're like, now it makes sense. Which obviously that's what they were going for.
They kind of did a Deadpool.
A lot of it was like Deadpool.
But they also did like a Deadpool 2 with there being a kid that they have to take care of.
And the humor was like Deadpool, and she didn't really break the fourth wall as much. But
at one point, look at the camera and say something, and I was like, you don't need to have her break the fourth wall. She can just narrate.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I just want DC movies to succeed. Marvel has already clearly trumped them in that. The animated series still goes to DC.
I mean, I'd say they're still doing pretty good. This is like a slight misstep, but Shazam was good.
There is, but it's just like, I mean,
Aquaman was fine.
You've already butchered what, I don't know if Henry Cavill comes back, whether he says he is or not. You've got your Batman's out the door.
Yeah.
With Ben Affleck. It's just like you've already butchered these characters. You had a couple really bad movies. You completely bombed Justice League, which was, you can't mess up on that.
And now there's no hope of us getting another one because
we will. It's just going to
be a long time from now if that happens.
Because then we'll get Dark Side.
They'll probably call it something else.
I will say with this movie, the fight scene in the police station with Harley Quinn, I thought was really good.
That was very good.
And
The fight scene in the police station.
yeah, when
Oh
she
yeah,
goes in
with
and she's got the
like non-lethal
yeah.
And I know
weapons.
why, is because I believe I read something online that said that the John Wick fighting scenes from
Oh yeah,
3,
everything was
those
done.
guys worked on
Yeah.
that scene.
I could see that. It seemed very well choreographed, and it was shot very
It was
well to where
fun.
you could see everything.
Yeah.
I think the final battle was fun too,
Yeah, I thought
with everyone.
yeah, for the most part.
But yeah, the fight scene in the police stations, probably one of
I
the
thought the
highlights.
final battle went on a little bit too long.
Right.
And I don't know, it seemed weird when you're seeing like some of them beat people up, and then Renee Montoya is like also like taking on like 5 guys at the same time, and you're like, I don't know if you're that skilled. You're like just some middle-aged cop here, where
I know.
these are like trained fighters.
But I think I think in the next movie, I think they do Birds of Prey 2. Well, if they do, I think maybe Harley's on it.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know.
Well, and Batgirl is usually like Barbara Gordon. Batgirl is
Yeah.
usually the leader of the Birds of Prey.
Remember when Joss Whedon was doing Batgirl movie?
Yeah.
That's still on, from what I
It's
understand.
not on.
Remember when what's his name?
I thought I just read an article literally last week that
I
said
don't think so.
Is it, the guy that made Lego Batman movie was doing Nightwing? Remember when that was a thing?
Who did Lego Batman?
His name's like
Phil Lord? No, this
no, it's
was
like Adam McKay or something.
Oh yeah, he's
Um,
good.
I think
can see
I
it.
forget.
Chris McKay.
Yes, Chris
Chris
McKay.
McKay. Yeah,
Because Adam McKay is the other guy.
the other McKay.
Yes, but yeah,
He also does comedies.
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, he's doing Nightwing. Heard no news on that in years.
Oh,
I mean, it hasn't been canceled, but
what a tease! They're like, we're planning on it. They probably won't happen.
yeah, I'd love a Nightwing movie.
Yeah.
But
Also, Sean, we talked about this earlier. I just want to. Where is Batman in this movie? I know you can make the excuse he's off somewhere, but like they should have mentioned that or something. Ace Chemicals blows to high hell, dude. How?
people are getting their faces cut off.
Yeah, by Black Mask. Where is Batman?
We don't know what timeline this takes place in, other than it's after the events of Suicide Squad. Which
Yeah, I guess
now
so.
doesn't exist because they're doing the soft reboot / recast, and
It might. I don't. It might. I don't know.
don't trust the DC timeline.
That's why I don't like when they do cameos and Easter eggs in this movie because I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, because
That literally gives me nothing. That
it
makes
just
me feel
confuses
nothing.
you.
Like it was funny when we saw Captain Boomerang in the Wanted poster.
Yeah,
That's fine, I guess. I guess this movie didn't have a lot of the callbacks or whatever, but
she have a hyena
No,
named
you
Bruce.
are right. I
yeah,
don't know what
the
I
CGI
read.
was okay on that. I think
Yeah, she has 2 hyenas in
she
the
did name it
animated
Bruce.
series.
That's right.
I don't know what I read about that Batwoman or Batgirl movie.
You probably
is
read
still
that it's
on.
not happening.
I think that's what I read.
Joss Whedon wants to do other things.
But
I gotta sit around.
getting back to Cassandra Cain, you said you didn't like her that much.
I didn't like her character. I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Also, the entire plot of the
I
movie.
thought she was kind of whiny.
Yeah, kind of. The entire plot of the movie is about her having to go to the bathroom and them having to get something out of her.
Pretty much.
Them waiting for her to. Yeah. Anyway, you get it. You get it.
And I was like, this is just like Deadpool 2.
Yes.
You know, where it's kind of like this kid and they're very intense, I guess. I don't know. But I wasn't a huge fan.
Wait, what was the lady cop's name again?
Renee Montoya?
Renee Montoya. Does she become somebody in the comics?
I don't know. She was like Harley Quinn. She was first introduced in Batman the Animated Series.
I think she's just a cop.
I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think so.
Who are the other people in the Birds of Prey? Batgirl and who else?
Usually Black Canary and Huntress.
And that's it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Hunter is showing us a picture of Renee Montoya.
They've had other people, but like, for example, the terrible Birds of Prey TV show from the early 2000s was.
What channel was that on?
I don't remember. Was Batgirl, Black Canary with powers that could make her see the future, and Huntress.
Oh God. Oh, you know I thought was done well was the Canary Cry. I also, until it happened, totally forgot she could do that.
One problem I had with that, and I liked it in the movie, and I thought it looked cool. And the entire movie, I was thinking, is she going to do it? Does she have the Canary Cry? But the weird thing about it is I felt like it came out of nowhere. where there was no foreshadowing to her having this power. Like we know she has that power because we've read comic books and
Oh,
seen
I guess
stuff.
if you're like a casual viewer, you're like, what the hell?
But if you're
That's
just gonna go
random.
see this superhero movie, you've never heard of Black Canary before. You're
Yeah.
gonna walk in and then she's just gonna yell and have this power, and you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Your only indication is that like
She's called Canary, I guess, and she.
Renee Montoya says, like, oh, your mom was a crime fighter or whatever, and you should be too, or whatever. And,
Yeah.
and then there's
The
a
mom
moment.
was probably Laurel Lance in this case. Who knows?
Yeah, there was a
Right.
moment where she's singing in the club, and she like sings so well that a glass breaks or whatever. But that could mean anything. Like, there's no real.
What's her name in this?
Dinah
Dinah?
Laurel Lance.
And she's not a lawyer.
No.
I think
So
that's
only-
the CW version.
Yes.
Oh, so that's made up for that.
Maybe.
Laurel's
I
not
could not tell
a
you 'cause
district,
I've
a
not
DA
really
in.
followed.
I don't think so. I haven't read enough Green Arrow comics. To
Of
tell you
course,
right
that was
now.
made up for the CW.
Okay,
Why am I not
so
surprised?
her alter ego name, she goes by Renee Maria Montoya, but she also occasionally went by The Question in the comics.
Oh, that's right.
All right. No.
I've heard of the question.
Yeah.
She has a very Dick Tracy.
Wait, didn't the question show up in the CW shows? No.
Hunter would know. We wouldn't.
What did I? Was it the Arkham series? No.
It might be the Arkham
I don't know
series.
where
It sounds
I don't know
very-
where I've heard the question before though.
I mean, my main, like, knowledge of Victor Zsasz is with the Arkham games, so
That's true.
it could have been the Arkham games.
Um,
Weirdly, I've read a fair amount of Hunter's comic books. Sort
that's
of.
random.
Well, sort of. I've had her show up in Nightwing comic books that I've read. So that's where that comes from.
Also, about Black Mask being weird, that whole part where he like makes that one chick take off her clothes
Yeah,
and
that was weird.
He just wanted to humiliate her because he
I
felt
guess.
humiliated when he
Yeah.
thought she was laughing.
It's just the
at
whole
him.
way he did it, and it's just his mannerisms. I was
just
like, this
very-
this is strange.
It was very weird, but it was cool to see like Amusement Mile and Founder's Pier.
Yes, I like I said after the movie, I appreciate that we have actual Gotham City
I
landmarks.
kind of wanted to see who was on Founder's Pier more. Like, I thought, like, is Thomas Wayne on there or whatever?
Or Hunter, you saw somebody. You saw Penguin.
Yeah, Penguin was on the bridge for sure. He
Well,
had
it
his
was
cane
probably
in his monocle.
Penguin's dad, because he was part of
That
the
is
family.
true. Which
Wait, Penguin's dad?
Yeah, I forget his name.
no, I don't understand.
This lore though.
No, it's just the DC
Batman
timeline.
lore.
Like, is it going to be? No, that wouldn't make sense. God, this whole movie doesn't.
This
make
is
any
off topic
sense.
a little bit, but in BVS, when I'm mad, when I'm annoyed that probably won't pan out, is Jeffrey, what's his name? Jeffrey
Dean Morgan.
Yeah, was going to be in if they were doing a Flashpoint, the older Batman, his dad, or
Well,
not
and-
older, not his dad, but his.
Thomas Wayne.
Oh yeah. He
In
was
the Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah, he like that was their
Well,
plan
and
at
who
some point.
played
And I was like, oh, that's it.
Martha
It
Wayne
was
in that
what's her
movie.
face from Walking Dead.
Yeah, I think
Laura-
she could have
Laura-
been the Joker from Flashpoint. Because in
That's how it comes out.
Flashpoint,
Hunter, you seen that cartoon, right?
Which one?
You
Oh,
watched
the
that
Flashpoint. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The only one I
Um,
haven't seen is the new one with Joker in as a samurai or whatever.
Oh,
Batman
Japanese
Ninja.
one.
Batman Ninja.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Sean?
I've seen Batman Ninja. Don't watch it.
Okay.
No, you can watch it, but I didn't.
Well,
It's
after
anime,
that,
right?
After that nod of approval, I think I'm good.
What were we talking about?
Thomas Wayne being
Oh yeah.
Flashpoint.
Well, they could have had Jeffrey Dean Morgan be the Thomas Wayne Batman, and then you could have had whatever her name is from The Walking Dead that was Martha Wayne in that movie.
Yeah.
Because she becomes the Joker in Flashpoint.
That was-
so that
That's
could
just a
have
side
been
thing, but I'm sad that's probably not gonna happen because that's a waste of good actors who were
Yeah.
literally in an opening montage and died.
Yeah.
So, I remember watching the movie. I'm like, wait a second, these are like famous people in these roles right now. Why are you doing
cool.
this?
They probably had that in the back of their mind.
Yeah. All right. So, what would we give?
Oh, but what I wanted to say about Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
Is she becomes one of the versions of Batgirl in the comics.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me.
And
earlier.
So what if you
She-
just? She'll just be the Batgirl.
Well, she is the daughter of what is her dad's name? His last name's Kane, but I don't remember his first name. But her mom's Lady Shiva from the comics.
I'm just looking it up.
And they're these two basically assassins, martial artists who are extremely skilled and they train her to be like that, but they also don't talk to her as a child,
Yeah.
and they don't like give her any like affection or anything.
David
Right.
Kane,
Yeah, that sounds about
who
right.
is
Um, but so she grows up and she can't read and she doesn't really speak, so
Right.
she only kind of communicates with body language.
Uh-huh.
And then she ends up becoming like one of the Batgirls. And I thought like, I know people are fans of that character. She's not super popular, but like I think that's a cool like backstory and something different that we haven't seen and like things that you could explore there
Yeah.
that they kind of just wasted by being like, we need someone that was like the kid in Deadpool.
Yeah, that was a wasted opportunity for sure. But I guess in a sequel, if they do it,
Yeah.
she can be.
so. What are we going to give Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey?
Yeah, what would we give it a rating? I would give it.
I'm gonna say 7.5 for me.
Okay, we'll go on a 0.5 scale.
Yes.
I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, maybe.
I'm gonna give it.
Be as savage as you want.
Thought it was. I don't know about a number, but I'll say this: it's not really a good movie, but I enjoyed it.
It's a good popcorn flick. Is probably
It's
what you're
decent.
looking forward
Like
to.
It's decent and it's on the better end of the DCEU movies, but
I think like Wonder Woman I liked more, and Shazam I liked more.
Yeah.
I maybe liked it better than Aquaman.
I don't know if I liked it.
Aquaman's also almost like 2.5 hours, which is one problem I have with it.
Pitbull.
Rewatch that movie.
Right.
Wait, hold on, back up. What'd you say?
My dad has watched Aquaman at least
Stop. No, he hasn't.
I'm dead serious. I've come down
Why?
maybe once a week and it just happens.
Once a week? Wait, have you asked your dad if he likes that movie?
Oh yeah, he loves it.
Does your dad not like any of the comic movies? Has there been one that's come out he's like, I don't like it?
No, he's liked a lot of them. I think he really liked Endgame. He kept asking me if Iron Man was dead. I was like, yes, he is. He is no mas.
Wait, your dad didn't believe he was dead?
Like is he gone for like the entire rest of the MCU? I'm like, we
Well, who
don't
knows?
know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, for now, yes.
They could change the timeline. He shows up again. I don't know.
But yeah, I'll
Or
say
the
that
AI.
Birds of Prey was pretty good. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
You can't put a number to that, Sean.
7.
Okay, there we go.
7's a solid score. Yeah, that's fine. So the other half of this I'm gonna talk about is the Oscars. You guys watched most of it? Part of it?
I think I want to say I watched the good first hour. Took about a 40-minute break in between, then watched the rest.
Oh, that's why you missed Eminem, I think.
I watched
Yeah, 'cause I went to go.
Eminem coming back
maybe
for
like a little over half to 2/3 ish, maybe.
When you told me about that, I looked it up and I just saw everyone in the audience like cringing. That
They're-
was under the
wait,
age
okay.
of 18.
Some of them look like
some of
they were
them they're having a
good
good time. Billie Eilish, I think, was like, what is going on? And then
That
she's having
made
a
me
good time.
so mad. It made me lose respect for her. That she's just like, ew, who's this? Kind of deal, like face wise.
I remember seeing her at the I forget what award show it was, but Green Day was performing and they were doing Basket Case, and she like knew all the words to that.
Yeah.
So
She likes Green Day, I think, a lot.
That's good.
But yeah, that was.
well, they're both named Billy, so her rendition of Yesterday during the in memoriam
it was
part
good.
that was pretty good.
There's also something a little strange for me, at least. I feel like her brother-sister relationship with her brother is a little more than uncomfortably close.
Oh, that's her brother?
Yes.
Yeah, it's her brother. Yeah.
Like when I was
What do you
watching the pre-show on the red carpet, they were like holding hands and like walking together and stuff like that. It almost
I
gave
guess
me a
that's really
Jamie
close.
Lannister Cersei
Yeah.
vibe, and I was like,
Well,
oh god.
I can't speak to that because I know nothing about it. I didn't know it was her brother till right now.
Yes.
Don't know his name. Don't know anything about them, so I don't know.
Yeah, but he was the one playing the piano too during that.
Okay.
So they're very, very close.
He plays in all her shows, right? I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know a lot about her.
I am not a Billie Eilish fanboy.
I'm sure she's a nice person. Some guy
Was-
I knew tried to give her his number.
Where?
What?
She was playing at some place that he went to, and he like wrote a song or like recorded him playing a song on piano and put it on a USB and wrote his number on the USB and threw it on the stage while she was playing.
Did she pick it up?
I don't know. He never got a call.
That's really random. Was there any? Did you guys see any other like performances or anything?
Yeah,
I missed I didn't
I
see the
watched
first
the
one.
Frozen one at
the
kind
Frozen
of
one was
beginning.
good.
Right.
I mean, Adina Menzel can sing amazing, so
Yeah.
like I knew it would be good. I thought it was cool that they did like I don't know if you saw it, but they did like Elsas from all over the world, like who do the like
Yeah, they did different languages.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
that was kind of fun.
Mhm.
And then I saw the Elton John performance.
Right.
That was cool.
I still haven't seen Rocket Man. I hate myself for that one.
Oh, it's so good, Hunter.
That's
It's
definitely
a good
I
movie.
think one of my favorite moments of the Oscars though was the visual effects award when James Corden and
Came out as cats.
yes, they came out as cats and
I did
roasted
see that.
themselves. That was
pretty
the
funny.
best.
I'm glad they are having a good time with it because they got shit on.
yes.
Yeah.
That movie got shit on.
Let's talk about what won things and what didn't.
Yes.
Well, while we're on the visual effects topic, I just want to point out that I think Avengers Endgame was shafted
A
hard
little bit. Who ended up
because
winning
I get 1917, great visuals, but like all the work that went into Endgame. If I worked on that movie and I saw that we lost to 1917, I'd be like, really?
that? Yeah,
Like,
that was their big chance to finally
just
win
the
an
ending
Oscar.
fight alone and what's happening in the background and all the effects, like, how could you let that one go?
Well, also with
There
that,
should
like
almost be like a practical effects award for like what they
Yeah.
actually did. 'Cause there wasn't like too much CGI.
No,
going
like
on in
the
1917.
plane coming down,
Yeah.
is CGI obviously, but like,
building on fire, that's CGI.
yeah,
Well,
but
like
that movie
even
got snubbed.
I mean, I wanted Endgame to win because I like that movie a lot, but even a movie like The Lion King that I was kind of disappointed with overall, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
Like I was
Didn't
watching
win.
a clip on it online with my dad, and he hasn't seen the movie, and he was like, "It looks like
Real-
fantastic. Like
it's real life."
it looks like lions. Like if you showed someone like a clip of that and you didn't like have the audio of them talking, they'd be like, "Oh, National Geographic on TV right now."
No, this is Lion King.
And you're like, "No, it looks amazing."
But I don't know. That was actually just really the one award that I was like, really, like, I don't see why it couldn't have been in a game.
All right. So we could do best supporting actress.
Who won that? Oh, Renee. Zellweger?
No, that was Renee Zellweger won Best Actress for Judy.
Oh,
I haven't seen Judy.
Scarlett Johansson won, right?
No,
No.
Laura Dern won for Marriage Story.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Oh, Scarlett didn't win anything.
No.
That's sad.
She also got shot.
Did you watch Marriage Story, Hunter?
I have not yet. I'm trying to muster myself up to watch it. I mean,
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
my parents won't even watch it because
My parents watched it.
really,
Yeah.
Parents are just like, it's so sad. It's just like
It's rough.
I've watched, I think, the main scene,
The fight?
but, like, yes,
Yeah.
on like
It's rough.
Facebook and stuff, and it's just wow. Some of the stuff that is said is just
That's some good
very
acting right there.
hateful.
That scene
It
is maybe the best like acted scene of the entire last year.
I think so.
Between two people.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that would
But Laura Dern was really good in that movie, so I understand
What
why
was
she
her
won.
role in that movie?
She's Scarlett Johansson's attorney.
Yeah.
Attorney.
I honestly don't remember her being in it very much.
She's in it a decent amount. She's
Really?
in it more than Adam Driver's attorneys are.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember his attorneys. He had one, right?
He has one, and then he switches to one later.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right. But and also animated movie, Toy Story. That's a given.
I guess
It could have been any of them.
I liked How to Train Your Dragon more probably.
Yeah.
I mean, just personally, I understand that Toy Story is amazing, and it was probably the best, most unnecessary movie I've ever seen.
I can agree with that one.
But it is
3 is still the best.
I didn't see Claws, which I hear is really good.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Or Missing Link.
And I didn't see I Lost My Body, so I don't know.
Apparently, like, there's like, obviously you can speculate as much as you want, but like the reason Netflix kind of got screwed on a lot of the Oscars this year is like bigger companies, the ones that are releasing in movie theaters, feel threatened by Netflix because it's like taking audience away from them.
Sure.
They can watch these kind of movies on a platform they don't need to pay for other than their monthly fee.
Yeah.
So that's like a big part of why people are thinking like, oh, they're just getting completely screwed in all these awards and categories and stuff like that.
Because Irishman didn't win anything.
Yeah, that was
which
a big shock.
in my opinion, didn't really deserve anything. Aside from maybe a few like acting ones.
Like Joe Pesci.
The acting was good in that movie with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
I
But
was not. Wait, Hunt, did you watch that movie?
I did not.
I was not like impressed at all.
I thought it was good, but not great in any way. It was also too long. I thought
Oh yeah,
didn't need
Aren't
to be.
all of
necessary.
Scorsese's movies like really long?
Yeah, but not 3.5 hours.
Okay, fair enough.
At the most 3 hours, maybe. But like 3.5 is it was pushing it, and it was just unnecessary in some parts. Like when they talk about the fish in the car.
Yeah. Even though I thought they were all good in the movie, I didn't think any of them deserved the award though for best performance.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Hunter, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I actually had a question for you guys. Tom Hanks is a supporting actor in.
Yes, because there's a main character in that movie.
Who is the main character?
He's like a guy interviewing Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
That's what I figured. I'm like, is this like a retelling of someone else's point of view of him?
Yeah.
It's like, why is he not best?
That was a good movie.
actor?
I like that movie a lot.
it's based off a
It's a real story.
guy that like wrote an article about him. Basically.
Okay,
And
that's
the
fair.
story revolves around him mostly and his kind of like how he grows as a person by being Mr. Rogers.
A little
It's
before
really
my
good.
time. My sister loved that show, from what I understand.
You never
from my
watched
mom.
it?
I didn't.
I watched it when I was really little. Like.
Oh, I know. I thought you meant the actual movie.
Oh, no.
I haven't watched the movie, but I did watch a couple episodes when I was little, but I barely remember. It was just like kind of like way too young childhood for me.
I did not
Yeah.
watch it when I was little.
It was on like
but
PBS or like
Yeah,
PCT
exactly.
or something. Yeah.
I went and watched some clips on YouTube after I saw the movie, just kind of wanted to see how close Tom Hanks got.
He's
his
pretty
performance,
close.
and he's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, who won first? Oh, it was Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he did really good. Hunter, did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No, this is all taking place during my terrible time. If I had,
Hunter, catch up. You will.
I know.
I believe in
I had really crappy scheduling with my classes.
Side note: my brother was telling me they were spoiling a lot of things, and like when they show the scenes of the movie that's nominated,
Yeah.
they're like spoiling some stuff, like
Oh yeah,
they always
absolutely.
do that.
like Leo coming out with the flamethrower.
I don't remember seeing that, but I also didn't watch the whole Oscars, so I don't know.
But yeah, he was like, this is like they like spoiled parts of Parasite, I guess, or like it's weird.
Yeah, they did a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do, but
And no one here saw Judy, obviously.
No, I wanted to.
there's always gonna be a couple that we just don't see.
I also
Yeah.
didn't see Little Women, and
Yeah, we didn't see
I
that.
wanted to get around to that, but I never did. That was the only Best Picture nominee I didn't see.
It looked good.
Yeah, I also think Taron Egerton deserved a nomination.
I know
He was so good because also Rami Malek won last year,
he did. Yeah.
and I mean he did.
Okay, if Rocket Man and that movie had come out last year, I want to say Taron might have won.
Well, also I think this
Really?
2019 was
I
a
think so.
stronger year for movies than 2018.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think. I mean, in my personal opinion, anyway.
If a lot of these movies had come out when Bohemian Rhapsody came out in 2018, it probably would have lost.
Oh yeah.
Or he would have lost at least.
I think he did really good. I might say Taron Egerton did better though.
Yeah, he was really into it.
I also think Rocket Man's just a better movie.
It is better. You gotta
Um,
watch it, Hunter. It's good.
I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody is a really fun movie. I
Yeah,
love hearing
also
Quinn
fun.
songs, but Rocket Man's really good.
So I think how long is Parasite? 2 hours?
Was it not? No, it was like an hour and 45.
I think it's like 2:12.
I will get around to it if whenever it shows up.
Highly recommend it. The only thing that I really had a problem with that movie is, I mean, obviously you can't understand Korean. You have to stare at the subtitles, and staring at the subtitles sometimes screws you from looking at what's going
At their
on.
expressions,
You
yeah.
just got to keep kind of going up and down.
Yeah, it's tough.
But
you kind of get into like the groove of it, and you don't notice after too long.
Yeah.
But I thought that movie was really good. I don't know if I have a favorite movie of last year, but I would say that's at least top 3.
that one in 1917 for me, I think, were top 1 and 2. I just can't pick one. I would say probably Parasite 1 for me, though.
That's crazy.
Jojo Rabbit also would be up there for me.
I didn't see that either.
I loved that movie, dude.
Like
It's so good.
that was one of the most like it was funny, but it was also like maybe
So sad. Also,
maybe the most heartwarming movie of the whole year.
it really was.
I
Aside
loved that
from
movie.
maybe like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, but I felt like this was heartwarming in a different way.
Yeah.
To where
'Cause you had children
I
and-
expected it from Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jojo Rabbit's really good. What was that? Oh, that was best adapt. Oh, it won something.
Best adapted screenplay.
Yes, good for it.
Um,
Joker was up for that, right?
yes.
And
Joker,
Parasite.
but does Joker count as adapted?
It's adapted from comic books. That's what Logan was
Kind
nominated
of.
for.
Oh, and didn't win that.
No, it didn't win.
That's crap. That is a load of crap. Who won that year? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
That's
That was the 2017 Oscars or whatever.
Hunter. Look up what won best adapted in 2017.
Well, maybe
I want to know.
2018 because it would be the year after that the awards
Right. So
happened.
look up
Whatever-
2018.
If Logan was nominated with it, you'll know.
Yeah.
This adapted for 2018.
Yeah.
Also, I think they should going forward just keep it no
Call me
host.
by your name.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, fair.
I'll give it to that. That's fair enough.
That
That's a really good movie.
was a really good movie.
But also, yeah, I feel like no host is a good thing.
Oh yeah, that seems to work
I think
fine.
Oh yeah, completely forgot that Steve, Martin, and Chris Rock
Yeah,
were
they did
hosts.
kind
They're
of. They
close.
came. I think they came up a couple times or something.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos at one point was ready to kill them when they started.
Where was Jeff
roasting
Bezos there? Well, I guess Amazon is
because he's the richest man. He can do whatever the
and
fuck
Amazon
he
has studios,
wants.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know if anything got nominated, but
You can still go.
they can
They
still.
started roasting him. You just see him go from laughing to kind of like, all right, that's enough. I could literally own both of you right now.
Also, I thought Bong Joon-ho's
Oh my
speech-
God, the one where he's just like, "I go drink."
He's
I was
like, I go drink until
died.
next morning.
That's
Well,
so funny.
like when he got up to get Best Director, he was like, after I won Best International Film, I thought I was done. Like I thought that was it.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting it.
Nope, you're still not done yet either.
And then he was like, when he was like, oh, I grew up like studying Martin Scorsese movies, and
Yeah.
he like named all the other directors and was like, Tarantino, thank you for always like putting my movies on your list at the end of the year and like showing me some love. And Tarantino was like, yeah, like I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a cool speech.
I hear Parasite's also kind of funny.
It is
Yes,
pretty funny.
it's
Yeah.
very funny. I liked what was it earlier in the thing when they were rehashing like random scenes from the movies, and it was the scene where they're all trying to grab the cell phone,
Oh yeah.
and they just kept going, and then this person goes after the cell phone, and then this person goes after the cell phone. It's a great movie. I don't want to.
Are there any horror movie vibes in this movie?
Yes, absolutely. Right at the end
Okay.
when the kid.
Because the poster's kind of scary.
I
looking.
would say there's not
It's
really
not
any
like
horror
crazy
movies.
horror, but like there's a scene where you just like you'll Jurassic World at least.
I mean, there's
To explain, Jurassic World means basically
Jaw
my
drop.
mouth goes wide open because during Jurassic World when the what is it
the Mosasaurus or whatever it's called.
whatever the sea dinosaur is comes up and just
No,
completely
no. That wasn't the one where I recognized. It was when the security officer was sitting in front of the car, and then the T-Rex just comes and just literally eats him whole.
I don't remember. I thought okay maybe I
It was
probably did a couple
before
times,
that, and then
but I
you
did it a lot in
kill
that
the
movie because there are
Mosasaurus.
some like savage kills in that movie.
Henceforth, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, like, yeah.
Back to your question, no, I wouldn't say it's much of a horror movie. It's more.
Well,
of
I just want to know if it had some
No, yeah.
vibes.
Horror vibes.
Really, maybe a little. Not really
Okay.
though.
Not like Hereditary.
Not
No,
even.
no,
close.
That's not even close.
Not even in the
Midsummer.
same ballpark.
Hunter, what did you think of Midsummer?
I never trust Swedish people anymore. Never go to IKEA. No, it was a great movie. It was just there was some really
Dude,
fucked up shit that happened in that movie.
The jumping off the rock?
Oh, all of
Hard
it.
to watch.
Yeah, some of it. Is
And the
very
subsequent
hard to
beating
watch.
of
Yes.
with the mallet? Isn't that right? They use the mallet?
Yes, they do.
Like that movie could be a whole episode on its own. So I don't want to go down that.
But we've already
rabbit
seen
hole.
2 of that director's movies, so we'll see all of them now.
Yeah, we're this far in. We gotta keep going.
What was I gonna say? Okay, well, so we got supporting actress.
Well, what about
What do you
Joaquin?
Oh, Joaquin winning. That makes sense to me.
What do you guys think of his speech?
It was
I like
he
it.
rambled a lot though.
He ran a lot. He was really broken up about his brother River and
Yeah.
remembering.
I like River Phoenix.
I think I don't think he just doesn't like being on stage.
You want to know something?
So he gets like,
But,
I think he has anxiety about
No,
being
I
up there.
guarantee he does that. But like at the same time, wasn't his Academy winning speech like really normal? All he did was thank
I mean, is like
Heath
Golden
Ledger.
Globes?
No, it was also kind of weird.
Yeah, the Golden Globes.
He also
Yeah.
kind of rambled in that one too. They're both
No,
pretty
he-
similar.
I
But
think
I
he
mean-
rambled a little more in this one, but I mean, I liked his overall, like what he was trying to do with his speech.
Yeah.
It maybe went on a little too long. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
he's just really saying how like we're kind of destroying this planet the way that we consume everything and just don't really give back. We're just takers.
He also hates cancel culture.
I mean, I think
You know.
if
And he's vegan.
I think just the fact that like there's things he cares about, wants to like talk about it. I think and he has the opportunity to do that. I guess
Yeah.
that's cool. There's something he's passionate about. I'll listen, I guess.
But he deserved that win for sure.
I
Yeah.
heard though that someone trumped him with a horrible final speech, which was Renee's.
Oh, I heard about that. I didn't see
As soon
it.
as she won, I was just like, I went upstairs to go grab my
Apparently, she
glasses.
said something like. Apparently, she like listed things.
She rambled on about
Everything
something
we all love
completely
together. I think.
unrelated to like winning the
Yeah.
awards.
Was it right after him or was it before?
Before.
No,
No, it was after.
I watched hers. It seemed fine. I don't remember.
Oh, someone was talking about. I watched a video. Someone was talking about like she was listing things and it was really random. I don't know.
It wasn't as like impactful as his, I guess. But
Oh.
It was fine.
Wasn't that her first movie she's done in quite a few years though too?
She did like
Maybe.
Bridget Jones. You remember that?
Oh yes, she did.
Yeah.
She's been like
I don't
she's
see
been
her a
away
lot.
for a while, but I can't remember what her reasoning was. I've heard about it.
Who won Best Costume?
Once Upon a
Costume
Time?
design?
I think it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
What'd you say, Hunter?
No, best costume design.
Yeah.
Award.
It was Once Upon a Time?
I think
I
so.
don't think-
Maybe it was 1917.
I would have said like JoJo. Did that get nominated for?
I think so.
What about Avengers?
It didn't get nominated for it. The only thing it got nominated for was visual effects.
I mean, they didn't even do like an achievement award for Robert Downey.
No, it was Little Women.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's fair, I guess.
Production design, I think, was Once Upon
Once Upon a Time? I give that to. That makes sense. You can also give that to 1917.
Give that to a lot of these
Throwback, Black Panther won it last year.
Yeah, I
could
remember
see
that. I remember that.
I can see
That's
that.
fine, yeah.
Um,
How many did Black Panther win? 3 last year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that.
They got destroyed this year. No Endgame. No love for Endgame.
No love for Marvel this year.
all right, on to Best Picture.
Well, Parasite.
It was Parasite.
We talked about.
I
that
know,
a bit.
but I mean, like,
What
do you
were
guys-
the 4? Wait, what were the 4 it won? Best script,
Yes, best
best
screenplay.
picture,
Yeah.
best foreign. What was the other one?
Best director.
Gotcha.
And honestly, I told my parents when they were watching the Oscars, they're like, "Oh, what do you want to win?" And
Did they see that movie? No.
no, they saw. I think Marriage Story is the only one they've seen out of those that were nominated. But they're like, "What do you want to win?" And I was like, "I want it to be Parasite, but I don't think it'll win."
I saw. Okay, so on IGN they did a thing where all the writers put down what they wanted to win and what they thought would win, and everyone picked Parasite as what they wanted to win, and everyone picked 1917 as what they thought would win.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I thought. I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised if 1917 won. I mean, after the night went on and Parasite was winning all the big awards,
mhm.
I was like, it's probably gonna win.
Yeah.
But I think it totally deserved it.
Good for it. It's the first foreign movie to do so.
Yeah, first non-English speaking movie.
Was that the first time it's been nominated to a foreign movie?
I don't know.
I think it was actually.
What was the last animated movie to get nominated for Best Picture? Was it actually Toy Story 3?
I think it was Toy Story 3.
Really?
There
10 years ago?
the animated ones is like you could get down a huge rabbit hole how people do not like the Oscars and their picks for animated movies.
What they choose?
Yeah,
Like to win?
yeah, and even just what be nominated.
It's always Pixar
Well, because
for the most part.
people who are more well versed than me, like there's a lot of like foreign animated movies, like animated
That get
movies
shafted.
that just
yeah.
like
For Toy Story 4.
are amazing and do not get nominated at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know.
Like I remember in 2017, I don't know if you've heard of this movie. There's a movie called A Silent Voice.
Uh-huh.
It's on Netflix, and that's the year Coco won. And I would say this movie like even could have been nominated for Best Picture. Like it's really good. And it did not even get nominated. And that's the year the Boss Baby and Ferdinand got nominated. And people were like, "Are you kidding me?"
Boss Baby.
Yeah. And
Coco's a good movie, though.
Coco is a great movie. But people are like it didn't even get nominated. Like
Savage. I remember that year. I'm like, why is Boss Baby on there? So random. All right. Well, anyway,
He who must not be named in Hollywood.
that was the Oscars.
Yep.
2020.
Overall good show. I watched some of.
Something else random happened besides
Oscars.
Eminem
At least
being
that
up
I
there.
watched.
You know,
We went over most of the big points. I think there was an opening dance or song
Oh,
that was
yeah.
weird.
No,
My mom's
I
like,
didn't
"What's
see
with
that.
all the flowers?" I'm like, "Midsummer."
There
Oh
was-
yeah, they had people dance. Oh, I think whoever did it, I forget her name. Picked the thing she wanted to do was pick the movies that weren't picked for the Oscars and show them on stage. So that's why Midsummer, like
That's
people
fair.
dressed up as Midsummer.
You know, I really like.
She had jokers in the background too and stuff like that.
Right. But
like-
Joker got it. Oh, I don't know.
I like Florence Pugh as an actress.
Florence Pugh's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like she's
Two
got
good
a-
movies last year, and now she's gonna be in Black Widow.
Well,
Oh, she had 3 movies.
Maybe 3, because
Yeah.
I mean we didn't see Little Women, but I'm assuming it's good. But she also had Fighting with My Family.
Yeah,
and
that's what
Midsummer. So I feel like she's got a good career ahead of her.
That's good stuff. All right, so that's the show for the week. Let's go on to this week's bet. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So this week's bet is currently Sonic the Hedgehog's Rotten Tomato score sits at 66%. Where will it be by this time next week? Wait, hold on. Let me actually check that it's at 66 because I wrote that earlier. So let me give updated right here.
That's tough.
All right, it's at 63. And the audience is at 94. Where will it be?
Wow, the audience likes it so far.
Where will it be at 63?
This time next week.
Or where will it be? Yeah, where will it be next week? It's at 63 right now.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about Sonic next week.
I want to see. I think it's going to stay
Okay.
pretty much the same. But
From right
it's
now?
only
Because there's always this day's Thursday, so there's always it came out today.
Movies usually continually drop when they're starting out that way.
I'm gonna say like
Because earlier today it was at 60, and then it went up to 66 was like the highest I saw. So
Yeah, I'm going to go with 62, I think.
it's not a bad guess. Anthony, do you have a guess? Well, I think.
oh, I actually didn't think about it either.
You made the bet. You didn't even think about it.
No.
You had all the time in the world.
Part of me feels like it's gonna go into a splat.
I think so too. I'm
I'm gonna say 59.
I'm gonna say 57.
What defines a splat? Anything under 60?
Under 60.
Yeah. So 59% is a splat and under.
And 60 is fresh.
What'd you say, Sean?
57.
That's what he goes.
What happens if I lose?
Then
We're just gonna keep track through the year.
we'll have a champion crowned and there'll be a ceremony.
What beeped?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It might have been my computer actually. I was holding shift for too long. Hold on, let me write down
All right.
because I didn't.
Would you say Hunter 62?
Yeah.
Okay.
62.
We also already saw Sonic, so that could
Spoilers, Sean. They can't know.
that could
They can know.
sway our opinion.
That doesn't sway my opinion.
No, it doesn't sway mine.
It's just the critic, you know.
It's just what critics will think about it.
Just for funsies, what do you think the audience is gonna be? The 95 right now.
Audience, I'm going to say it goes to 9. It's at 95 right now.
Yeah. This doesn't count, but I just want to know.
I'm going to go 90, between 93 and 94. I'm going to say 94.
That's a good guess. I think it's gonna be pretty high for this movie.
I'll give it an 87.
Ooh, that's also high.
Yeah, I don't know, 8 or something like that. I have no idea.
When I looked at Birds of Prey, I saw that it was pretty even across. There, it was like 80 and 80
That's fair.
for both of them, which kind of makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
Should we wrap this up?
So that's it for the first episode of Movie Mates Podcast, and we'll be back next week to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Thanks for listening, people. If you made it this far, if you didn't, that's okay too.
And Hunter, I think, is sweating and his back hurts right now.
Yes.
So we're gonna wrap it up now, and we'll see you guys next week.